Hi all, Carol here. I painted something months and months ago. It was with a lot of leftover paint, and I have been looking at it for months trying to decide what to do. I will take this off and show you the whole piece. Should have done this beforehand. This is the piece. A lot of leftover paint. I had a class and someone was using a lot of paint and it was left over. Don't know which way. Anyway, I've spent a lot of time looking at it, trying to decide what to do with it. And I decided one day maybe I'd make it into a landscape. There it is. And so I took a plastic bag and I put it together. I'm trying to put it back. Drew out an outline. Don't have it quite back the way I want it, but it'll work out just fine. And I thought, well, maybe I would paint. This would be the sky and this would be mountains, but then I wasn't sure. So this might be the mountains and then that's the sky. So I decided what I was going to do was I was going to paint the mountains or sky, whatever it is, with one color. And then once it dries, decide which way I was going to do it. And then if they were going to be mountains, I would then put some highlights in it. I can do that later after it dries. If it was going to be sky, then I would just leave it like it was, or maybe put in some gray to make some clouds. Just figured I will do this kind of like in a piecemeal. And that's one of the neat things about fluid acrylics or any kind of art. Just because you've done something a certain way doesn't mean you can't change it later. You can't add to it. In some ways, you can kind of subtract by adding another color that takes away part of it. So that's what I thought I would do. And I took away my template, but I thought I would just draw first. Scary as it is, which way? Okay, I'm ready. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. That's a good motto for me. So I'm just going to draw some mountains. You probably can't see it, but and then I am going to paint it. So I decided, at first I was thinking I'll just make it black, but that seemed too stark. So I decided I'd make it a combination of black and brown. So I mixed together, I have these two colors here, black and a brown, and I put them together. And then I decided, well, I needed to test how it would actually look. So there's lots of different ways of doing it. I do it the cheap way. I take either I use the pea pad or a paper towel, and I'll put some of the black on. I don't know if you can see this. I'll show it. Put some of the black, some of the brown, and then I already pre-mixed some together. It's about 50-50, and then put it to a dot. You can't see too much of a difference, but there is, and you might not with the camera, but there is an actual difference. There's the black, the brown, and then the mix. And the mix definitely has some brown showing in it. So that's what I'm going to do. And then also a tip, because with fluid acrylics, things dry and sometimes they're not perfect. So I have little cups with lids, and I will, when I mix a special color, I'll put some in this so that I can use it for touch-ups. Since this is a large area, I'll probably put the remainder in a large cup. I also have small cups too. for smaller canvases. So let's see what we got going here. It's always dangerous. I was going to tape it first. I think I will do a little taping. Need to take off my glove, otherwise the tape sticks to it. The tape isn't an always surefire way, but it can help a lot. We'll take off the other glove now. A little late, but it'll be faster. And if my edges aren't crisp once it dries, I can always, with saving some of the paint, I could always go back and paint a sharper edge, crisper edge. So I finished putting the tape on. I know it's not perfect, but it's a good beginning, and we'll see how it turns out. Got it taped, I'm ready. I'd love to say I always have a lot of confidence, but I don't. I'm going to start pouring paint on, and I know if this doesn't work out, the piece is gone. But I wasn't happy with it before. Needed something. This is what I think it needs. We will find out together. Here we go. Oh my goodness. I'm not pouring to the edge yet, to the tape. I'm pouring elsewhere first. I'm going to move it around. I have a palette knife. I'm going to move it around to the edge of the tape. Okay, but not too much on the tape because I don't need to. Why do I need to paint the tape? I don't. Just need to get the paint to it. Okay, still going. Got a lot of paint there. This is really point of no return. If I don't like this, this is really done. Okay. So now I'm just going to see about, wish you could see it from behind. So I'm letting it flow down. To make sure I don't have paint on the glove that I'm holding, the part I'm not painting. And fortunately, I have to make sure I can save some of this paint for touch-ups. I don't have much left. But I think I have enough. Okay. The top is done. Now I'm going to turn it around so I can see the front, what needs to be done here. Sometimes you could just have the paint drip over the side and it looks nice. This is not one of those times. If I had a different base color, I could consider that. Okay. We are left with now the finger painting portion. I poured it along the edge and then just pushing it over a bit. It's almost like tipping it. I have a little missing here. Okay, I think I've got all the edges done. I can see along the edges, the sides, that some of the color, original color, is showing through, or so it looks like it. So having some paint saved will be important. Okay, a little bit more. And whether this is mountains or the sky, if there's a little thickness in paint here and there, that's okay, because having some texture isn't a bad thing. If you want it smooth, glassy, well then that you may not want to have some extra paint here and there. But I see a few spots. I don't have much paint left. Okay, that is painted. I am going to clean up. I'm going to put the extra paint into a cup, and then I'll put this aside and let it, oh wait, I have to torch it. And now I will put the paint in a cup and put this off to the side and let it dry for about an hour. Come back and see about taking the tape off. It should be set around there, and maybe it won't be. Maybe I'll change that. I have got to stop playing with it.
1 hour later.
Hi all, Carol here. Well, this piece has been drying and I'm ready to take the tape off. It's still wet, but around the edges it's dry-ish. And I'm excited and a bit scared at the same time. Who knows? Okay, I decided not to wear gloves because the tape will just stick to it and it'll just be a mess. So I'm going to start where it seems like the easiest. Maybe, may not be the easiest. And I am going to gently lift it up. Oop, and I can see it traveled. Not a problem. I've got solutions for that. And maybe it traveled in ways I want it to travel, but probably not in this case. Okay, not as crisp of a line, but because it's still a bit damp, I have hope that I can clean it up or make it better. So I have a couple ways of doing that. Let me get rid of the tape because it'll just get onto something. So I have a little cup of water here, and I have way too much of a problem going here. So we're going to see about taking it off. If it doesn't come off, then I will just paint it more there. And I can see it's coming off to some extent. Another thing is Q-tips. They're great at getting paint off also. So this is going to take a little bit a while because it wasn't as good as it should have been. And I can put more paint on because I saved some. So if the edges aren't great, that's okay. I can add the paint afterwards. Smooth it out and make it a little bit more like a mountain, and make the paint a bit thicker here, a little here, tighten up the edge. And I can see over here I have a straight edge. I don't want a straight edge. Okay, so I still don't know which way I'm going to look at it, but for right now, I'm going to let it dry and see how it looks. It'll take a day or two, then I'll decide. Okay, so it won't be so smooth there, and I may put some paint elsewhere later. But right now, that's going to be it. Save this paint because I may need it later. We'll see once it dries. We'll see if I still like it, if what I'm hoping I get out of it with the changes, if I keep it, or maybe I won't keep it. Maybe I'll just pour over it. We'll see. Please add comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you. Bye-bye.